between LMQ and Cloud9 Tempest. Now, LMQ came back after a loss in Game 1 to tie the series, and I'd of course like to welcome back C9's High to the analyst desk. So, LMQ looked a whole lot better that game. What did they do right that time?
Right, so a very interesting thing that game was Lucian had teleport. So I think the idea behind that was Ryze really wants to 1v1, right? Because he's like the worst champion in the world in 1v2. So I guess their idea was like, if in the case that they have the wrong lanes, say they went bottom, there were Renekton's there, they could like teleport up or something. But obviously that didn't work out that well because he tried to 1v1 Graves a couple times and lost because he didn't have a summoner spell.
Yeah.
So I think that idea behind the teleport AD carry is fine, but it didn't work out that well at all.
All right, so then, of course, transition into team fights. I mean, just aside from a couple of duels, like, I know Game 1 was decided by a couple of, like, oh, the Wish turned the fight around, but was it the same kind of situation where a couple of fights turned the game, or was it a different sort of formula?
So that entire game went off of the team fights. The fact that C9 lost a few big fights was basically the game. When you're not winning team fights at Soraka, you're not going to have a good time. And you don't have anyone that can split push. Ryze takes turrets, like, he doesn't take turrets, rather. And then Lucian with the teleport, he can't split push. So when you're starting to lose team fights, you're not going to win. And especially, you have a team fight comp, but you're making your AD carry have a split pushing summoner spell, so I don't...
Yeah.
There's just no synergy between that, and just doesn't work out that well.
Plus,
really.
LMQ came with a pretty good team fight comp, too. They had a lot of AoE damage.
Right, so once again, they have Orianna, and they want the team fight again, and they had better team fighting potential. They had more heals. They had 2 heal summoner spells, I believe, or 3. I don't know. Actually, they had the same amount of heals because Soraka and Karma ran it, right? But they have ignites on top of that to counteract the heal. Whereas C9 has 2 teleports. How are you going to team fight with that? You know?
Sure. So actually, I want to talk to you then about one of the adaptations that LMQ made, which was adding Graves to the lineup. Of course, it was banned in Game 1, picked here in the second one. How do you feel about Graves now in 4.5? Have you guys maybe running it? Like, what do you feel about him?
I personally like Graves. So if you build Bloodthirster into Last Whisper on Graves, his QR does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's kind of annoying, actually, because I don't expect to die to it. But he kind of QRs me, I'm dead. I'm like, that's annoying. But in Game 1, they banned 3 AD carries out. They got rid of Graves as well. In this game, they only banned 2 and left another one up. So you can't have the same strategy if you're going to modify that strategy a little bit. It kind of messed them over.
Yeah, you can't do the
strategy
halfway.
Yeah,
you go all the way.
You have to commit. At that point in time, I think they banned Kha'Zix's 3rd ban. When you ban 2 AD carries already, commit to the 3rd ban regardless. Even if you're on blue side, you have to stick to your plan. And you didn't necessarily get outdrafted that hard just because LMQ picked some interesting 1-2. I think they did Morgana and what was the other one? Someone help me out.
Renekton pretty early.
Yeah, but their 1-2, they didn't take Lucian there, so then C9 got Lucian back. Yeah, Elise. So they took Elise away from Corkaz with 2 junglers banned. So the trifecta of junglers are kind of gone. Because Corkaz doesn't play Elise in, he's forced on a lower tier jungler. So that was a great pick by LMQ, but they also didn't take Lucian for some reason, which I'm not sure why. But that's probably because they're okay with Graves. So C9 got Lucian back, which is good for them, but they picked a terrible summoner spell and got outplayed.
Kez was something that I actually wanted to focus on because it looked like they exposed a little bit of a weakness here. For me, I've always only remembered him on Elise, and he did not look that good on Xin Zhao. Also going with the Lizard Elder. Do you think that LMQ will actually latch onto that and try and focus one person? Now that they are back on first pick, how do you think this is going to switch it up going into Game 3?
Right, so I think it is a good strategy to focus Corkaz. He likes his Elise, he likes his Kha'Zix, and he likes his Eve. Why? Because those are 3 good junglers, and the fact that he doesn't play Elise in, if you can take care of 3 of those and leave Lee Sin up, he's not going to pick that. So then he's automatically forced into a lower tier jungler, such as Xin Zhao or Nocturne or whatever he feels like playing. And when you have a jungler advantage, you have map pressure, you have map advantage on them. So then it's a very good strategy to do against C9.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. Hi, we're going to get ourselves into Game 3, but we'll basically definitely see you after the next one.
Definitely.
We'll definitely see you after the next one because there's at least going to be 2